So we're going to be talking about what's next, clearly, for your businesses. And I have a few of the lovely ladies on our team here on the call live, and we're recording it just in case you wanted to pop in later and check it out. So thank you for watching if you're watching the recording. But we were just talking about the fact that I'm looking at everyone's launch numbers, and every single person, with the exception of $50, has had at least a $1,000 launch party. So yay, everyone. So happy. So we're just going to get into it and find out what's next. So you really are able to set your own goals with your business. I don't ever want you to think that if I make a suggestion to something that seems like the next step, that it's something that you need to do. Do you know what I'm saying? Of course, I can give you steps to follow. You know, if you want to follow in my footsteps or in Brooke's footsteps, or, you know, whoever you join under, there's no boundary, there's no limit to how much you can make or how many people you can recruit or shows you can book or whatever. So, but you need to decide how much time you have that you can spend in your business, and be realistic about how much time you want to spend. And, you know, also how much money you want to make, and then make sure that those two things fit together. You know, you can't say, I want to make $8,000 a month, but I don't want to recruit anyone. So like, that's not how it's going to work. But you do make money off your own personal sales all the time. That's always going to happen. 20% when you sell $200. And then if you sell $1,000, you're going to earn your 28%. So you get an 8% bump in your commission, which everyone's doing this month. So yes, who's excited about that? We all should be. Do you guys realize each of you are making at least $280 just for joining? Like, we did our launch, and you can step away and say, okay, that was fun. I got my free clothes and I'm done now. Or you can really make this a business. Okay. And I'm here to help with whatever goals you set. I don't want you to think that I want to push you to be somebody you're not. Really being your most authentic self is the way to kill it in this business. As I'll tell you, Lizzie and Amy can both attest to, because both of them were frightened to death about being salesy, which they have not been at all in their groups, even though they went live and killed it. So yay, you guys. So the next step now is for you to sort of figure out, like, what do I want to do? How many parties do I want to have? Do I want to recruit anyone? You know, so that's the first step, right? So think about how many parties you want to have. Some of you may have some parties set up. Some of you may not, because, you know, people just haven't jumped out and said. So I guess that would be my first thing. Who would like to book at least one party for next week? Anyone here interested in doing that?
I have somebody, Linda Thomas. That
you have one already booked.
Right. I just need to set it up.
Oh, that's perfect. So who would like to book another, or book one or another one? Like, maybe you want to do two at once, Katie, because you can. With CinchShare, it's so easy. You just click a button on both of the things and it posts whatever you're posting to two parties. I did 8 last week, all of y'all launches, you know, like at once. So it was a little hard, like, keeping up with the comments, but, you know, I handled it. And the week before, I did 6 personal hosted parties where I had 6 hostesses. This week I'm doing 2, sort of slowly creeping back in. And I'm going to set it up at the end of the month to do more, because our stock is going to start to increase and we're going to have more to sell. But I'm doing 2 this week. And if they don't hit their goals that they want to hit, then I'm going to extend it out another week and say, oh, we'll have more stock available. So if you want to book a party with a social selling business, or if you want to recruit, it's the same thing. It is all about making a list of people to reach out to, and I'll show you how I do it, and following up. So here is an example. So this, can you see, I have the person's name, and then I have 3 columns where it says here, I'll read it to you. It says touch 1, touch 2, and touch 3. So the person's name, the first time I reach out to them, it's like very casual. Hey girl, I am doing this now. I would love to share this with you. Am I crazy to think that you might want to join? Or am I crazy to think you might want to host a party and earn some free? And then usually people do not respond. I'll tell you, that's very normal. So 48 hours later is when you're going to reach out to them again and say, hey, just making sure you got my message. boost it up to the top of their list. If they didn't see it, then they're going to see it and say, oh my gosh, I didn't reply back to Lizzie. I'm such an asshole, you know? So they will hopefully respond then. Sometimes they don't. So 5 days later, you're going to go back to that notebook because you put a date in that you texted Carolyn on, you know, whatever, 5 days ago. And you're going to say, hey, just letting you know, I'm still here and I really think that you'd be good at this. Or I would really love to get you some hostess credits. You know, if it depends on if you reached out to them for the opportunity or to host. And you say, you know, I would love to, but it sounds like you're busy. So I'll touch back another time, you know, or if you want to buy something, you know, let me know or whatever. You can close it any way you want, but that's just so that you kind of close the loop. You're saying, I'm moving on to my next person. And, you know, you gave it a go, you know. Sometimes I do a touch for too and say, you know, thanks so much for whatever, or I love that post you did of whatever, you know, just to kind of soften it or whatever. It's so that you don't end up sounding like cheesy and creepy and stalky, right? And I even use that word sometimes. I say, hey, not to be a stalker, but, you know, I mean, you have to be yourself because that's the only way to be. If you're going to try to fake anything, it's not going to feel good to you and it's not going to feel good to them either, right? So that's how I do my follow-ups. I'll give you the math and it's not fun sometimes. It's going to be a little bit better for you guys when you're first starting because you're reaching out to your friends and family. But later on, it's probably going to prove to be true that 1 out of every 10 people say yes. And that's why I'm asking you to make a list because, and I'll tell you, 1, 2, 3, 4 people have said yes to me out of this list. And it's 20 people. So the numbers have been good because it's a new brand. People are stuck at home anyway. It's online. I'm not asking somebody to open their house. It's pretty easy. So my numbers have been good, but 1 out of every 10 people will normally say yes. That's for everything. That's for reaching out for people to join. That's for hosting. You know, it's for buying. If you're just asking everybody to shop, 1 out of every 10 people will probably say yes to shopping. So don't get overwhelmed or sad. Just know it's a numbers game. It's never a personal thing. People love you still. It's okay. I love you. It's fine. But it's just a numbers game. And you have to kind of get that in your head, especially when you're first starting, because it's scary to reach out to people and to be vulnerable in that way, but it's going to be okay. And also something that Lizzie and I talked about last week, which I think is super helpful, is to remember you're not asking them for favors. You have something incredible to offer. This is great product. This is awesome. This is a great opportunity. You've already made your investment back. You know how to share it. You just share why you joined, you know, share why you would want to host or why they should host, because we have a great, incredible, generous hostess program. They get free stuff. All they have to do is go in there and like and comment and bam, $150 in free product. Okay, thank you. Sign me up. You know, so don't feel like overwhelmed with that. It's totally fine. And if you don't want to book a party, that's up to you. If you want to book at least one party, you need to reach out to at least 10 people and be authentic and ask and follow up. It might not be for next week. That's the thing, is that you might get a yes, but it might be somebody who's like, I'm overwhelmed with homeschooling and I'm actually still working from home. And, but I could probably do the end of May, you know, so maybe that'll work out too. Any questions on that? I talk a lot.
We love you though.
One thing I'm wondering, should I follow up on everybody who got clothes?
Sure, and that's something totally different.
Okay.
But I'll tell you how I do that. Why not? That's a good segue. So every Friday at 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, we have something in our group, Zaya Revolution, where we do a Zoom call. And you can log on then and do it with everyone. It's kind of fun. Or you can just do it on your own. But we do something called Follow Up Friday. So a leader will get on and say, hey, everybody, who's excited to work? Blah, blah, blah. And she will post links to sample follow-up texts or messages. I'll read you what I send people. And I do this every Friday. In fact, one lady did book. So let me tell you what I sent her because it worked. Okay, so I said, hey, Sherry, this is Friday, May 1st. I sent this to her. It's Robin Gillerin with Zaya Active. Happy Friday. I'm so excited to connect. Fill me in. How did you like the pink tank you bought? That's all I sent. And she wrote, I love it. I love the color and the material. I had another pink tank for working out, but the material was too thin. And I said, yay, that makes me so happy. I love that tank. I think I have it in almost every color. Haha. Am I crazy to think you might like to share the brand by hosting your own online shopping event? I'm looking for a hostess for the week of May 11th. You can earn free and half off items. Sound like fun? And she said, yes, it does. Sure, I'll do it. And she's hosting this week. So I told her to send me a Facebook friend request. I put the link to my Facebook account in the text and she clicked it and she sent me an account. And what was really good about that is that I couldn't remember who she was. I was like, oh, now I know who she is because she sent me a request. Now, if she had already sent me a request through that or accepted my friend request through the party, then, I would have maybe been able to find her better, but yay. So she's hosting and it seems to be going okay. But so we do that follow-up Friday and we sit in silence with a bunch of other people like this on a Zoom, but we're all working. And then at the end of the hour, it's like a power hour. At the end of it, she says, okay, so who had success and who did well and who had words that worked or whatever. So it's kind of fun. And we do that every Friday at 3:00. So you're welcome to join us anytime if you're free at that time. And if you're not, you can set up a time that works for you. Maybe it's going to be Saturday at 10 or, Sunday at 8 p.m. or whatever. You've got to find what works for you when you have time. But following up with customers on a weekly basis is super smart. You can go right into your back office and look at your orders and you can click on every one and you can even see if it's been shipped and delivered. You can click. So I actually can show you that. Do you guys want to see how that works in the back office, how you can follow up with orders? Would that be helpful if I shared?
Laura says yes. Laura says yes.
Okay. Okay, so I'm going to share my screen. Okay, can you see my lovely Zaya thing?
We got it.
Okay, so here's my order history right here. You're going to click on order history and you're going to go and see all of the people who have placed the orders. Look at, I'm my best customer. So I, in my notebook, know that I left off last week with Hannah. So I'm going to scroll ahead and find Hannah. Hannah, I did not reach out to because her order had not shipped. So here it is here, Hannah. And I'm going to click here on this little button and it says details. It says it has shipped, but now I need to know, can you still see the screen? Mm-hmm. Okay, now I need to know if it has gone and it's been sent USPS. She ordered the Black on Wine jogger and I can click track and it brings me right to the thing. Oh, it's arriving today. It's out for delivery between 3 and 5. So by Friday, I will be able to call Hannah or text Hannah because her phone number is right here. Hey, Hannah, it's Robin Gillerin with Zaya Active. Happy Friday. I'd love to know what you think of your Black on Wine joggers. And she will be ecstatic that I thought of her and say, oh my gosh, I love them. Or she'll say, holy crap, I've been eating too much over quarantine and they're tight. I need the extra large or whatever. So, and then you can help her and that's great customer service. You've thought of the customer, you're following up. And then if she loves it or, whatever, you can actually reach out to her and say, what do you think about getting some girls together like Mary did last week? I'm booking some parties for the last week of May, the 25th. What do you think? So it's a great way to follow up with people. And it's good to do it every week, like to have a schedule like that. Because when you have time to be able to do something like that, that makes sense.
Okay. Hey, Robin.
Yeah.
Can you please tell me about the return and exchange policy a little bit more? Because like with Stella, they would send you the email, the printout and everything. Is it always the same with Zaya where you just send it? because I called customer service because of, my bra was too small and my pants were too small. And they said, put a note in the bag with your, problems, explanations, and sizes.
Yeah,
And-
so that's different because that was part of your start kit, right?
Okay.
So it's not really quite an order where the items are itemized that you can do a return in the back office. Like to place a return in the back office, you click on place an order. It's a very weird system, but there's a how-to in the Zaya Threads website. You click place an order, and then you click returns, and then you need to have your original order number and all of that. But with the start kits, it's a little different. So,
Okay.
and to be honest, I had 3 things that I didn't like the fit of, and I sent them back. I just sent an email. I just sent them back, and I wrote a note, and I was like, dear customer service person, I do not know what's going to be in stock when you receive this. So please email me when you receive this, and I will let you know what I would like instead of these pants that make me look fat, and this shirt that I hate, and these pants that are too saggy. So,
Right.
whatever. I mean, that's what I said. So, and I don't know if it's going to work. I'll let you guys know if it works. But right now, returns are a little bit different. What they're asking us to do is they're asking us to return for money back and replace an order if something's in stock that the person wants. I did.
So they're not doing exchanges right now?
It's kind of wonky because by the time that home
Everything's
office
gone.
is getting items, they might not be in stock. They don't, but they should pull the item when you do that. They should pull it and save it, but that's not how their system works. So it's like, I think there could be a better way, and they're growing so fast. I think they're trying to figure out what the better way is.
Yeah.
But right now, they're just, I love it. Catherine's iPad has raised her hand.
That's me, Katie.
So it's not, yeah. So
When you were saying that you were repurchasing it, is it something that we're paying on our own credit card, or are they repurchasing it on their credit card?
So what they're having people do is purchase the new item on their credit card,
Okay.
the customer's credit card, and then they're giving the customer a refund plus the $2 restocking fee and the shipping fee on their credit card.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, it's
Oh,
it's
I was
not
going to ask
ideal.
about the shipping.
They give them free shipping on the return, so they're going to get their shipping back. But I have to be honest, that is not ideal. It's not, and
No.
and it's something we're going to have to just work through over these next couple months. But in July, it's June, July. It's like 2 months, and it's going to be so much better. So just promise me it's growing pains, and they're going to come up with something that is a better solution. But for now, that's what they're suggesting we do. What's cool is you can put that order on an open show, and then you kind of double dip if you can close it before they get the other item refunded,
Yeah,
But-
you're just thinking.
Yeah. I mean, be smart about it, right? We deserve it. I don't know. It's unfortunate that we grew so fast that there's this problem, I mean, I guess it's good that people like our products, right? We don't want to sell something people don't want. Then there'd be too much of a bunch of shit sitting around.
One more question on that whole return thing you just talked about.
Yeah.
Okay, so you have the person, if someone wants to exchange something right now today, you have them repurchase what they want on their credit card today, and then they don't get the amount refunded until they send it back and it is received in by customer service.
Yeah, that's what they're saying to do. Now, you can take a chance. You can explain it to your customer and say, we can take a chance and send it back. It might not be available, and if it isn't available, what happens is customer service will send you an email, Amy, and it will say, Angie's twist back tee in a size large in the blackberry color is not available, and they will have already credited her card. And so, or they will not have actually credited her card. So you need to find out from Angie if she wants another shirt or whatever, and they'll do another exchange. So, but if she doesn't want anything else, you could be poop out of luck out of those sales. So I did have them one time this week agree to give my customer a gift card for $89, but I'm not sure how that's going to work because I don't know. I got to figure out, like, if I put the gift card, do I get paid on that again? Because that's how we get paid on gift cards, right? I don't know. I got to figure that out. But somehow they gave her a gift card because her pants were they came damaged and they're gone. And it's just a thread, you know. But they were like, oh, she can keep those, and we'll issue her a gift card. So I guess we'll find out what happens with the gift card, like if I get paid on it, because like that's how when our gift cards are redeemed, we get paid on it. So I don't know, exciting. It's all a learning curve right now, you know, as far as that goes. So you got to kind of bear with me. I'm learning too. And they're changing stuff because they're growing so fast. So we just kind of have to be sort of flexible. But that's why we have our groups, so that we can ask those kinds of questions. And the Zaya Revelation page, people are very, very helpful. If you've posted anything in there, you know, most people are quick to respond if they have an answer. And then we have our chats too, our team chat.
Was the website was supposed to be updated on
I know, yesterday.
the 11th. What was the update?
I don't think anything's happened yet.
Okay.
I don't think they've done it yet.
I think I read the 15th.
Oh, the 15th? Oh, okay. I thought it was the 11th too.
Okay.
But I mean, it's exciting. We're growing. This is like, you guys, we are a baby company, and we are so lucky to be in it right now because it's just going to get better and better. I mean, even when I joined, when I was with, you know, Stella and Dot, like really killing it, like I had joined and they were 5 years in and they were still working on like upgrading stuff and making it better. So we're in early. This is only 3 years in for this company. So yeah, it's so cool. We lost Katie. She put her hand down.
No, I'll be right back. I gotta help you
We'll
send
miss you. We'll miss you. So I hear Ev now too. Baby?
Sorry.
No, it's cute.
Yeah, mine's crying too. I might have to get up in a second.
Yeah, well, you're welcome to. You don't have to, you know, nobody's
I'll
getting
stay
paid.
around. I might
Nobody's getting paid for the training call.
training.
We're only getting paid if we sell leggings.
That's true. Sounds good.
How do you feel about the next steps? Like, I went live in everyone's group, not yours, V. Marie. If you want me to, though, I will.
That's okay. No.
Either way, let me know. But I don't think I went live in your group last week either, Laura. Would you like me to go say hi and tell everyone what's up and offer them gift cards?
Robin, I always love your presence in my group. I think everybody else does too. If you want to, yeah, I love it. My plan, Monday and Tuesday are my hard days with teaching. I've got, like 3, different live sessions I have to do. So Monday and Tuesday are over. So my goal for this week is to, touch base with everybody that ordered, that got their product, see if they liked it, and see if I can get some parties going. I have a couple girls in mind that I'm going to reach out to about joining. I really want to get the shoes, so I need to work on getting somebody to rep with me. And that was like the really hard part for me with Stella and Dot. But I feel like this is a better avenue, workout gear and lounge gear, that more people want this and to represent it. So I don't know, I'm crossing my fingers. I'm going to get my list going and I'm going to get working on it.
I think that's great. I do agree. It's a niche market, right? Is that the word? Niche?
Yeah.
Niche market. So where you can find people who live that lifestyle.
Yeah.
And
there's
be
more.
Any age.
I feel like there's more women, working out and momming it and killing it than that want to be in leggings and skivvies than jewelry right now.
At least right now, for sure.
Yeah, now.
I'm still selling jewelry. I don't know how. Like, where are people wearing?
I told somebody
on their Zoom
you could sell a rusty bucket, Robin.
I got one. You want it? No. I love it. So,
Yeah, Brooke can too.
Brooke is almost $9,000 in sales for this month, you guys. It's not even halfway
Wow.
through.
She's a rock star.
I know.
Wow.
So I was just actually, I'm hoping Brooke is going to do a little training for us on time blocking, because for those of you that don't know Brooke, she is not only an amazing salesperson, she also is a mom, and she's still teaching, and she's not doing basketball coaching right now, but she's usually doing that. And she does a couple other side gigs as well. So she's really good at time blocking and like figuring out like when to fit things in. So
Yeah.
not
Not so good at that.
She's so great. Yeah. That baby's face. I need to, oh my goodness. Look at that baby.
How old is he?
6 weeks tomorrow.
Oh.
He's already a toddler. Look at that belly.
I
He's
love
almost
him.
9 pounds at birth.
That's all.
Mine was
Wow.
9 pounds 3 ounces.
Oh man.
And you guys
How
are
old's your-
both so tiny too. I love it.
Yeah, I know. I'm like 5'3" and have these giant babies.
Oh my God.
Yeah, me too.
I love it.
Yep.
So how do you guys all feel about the next step? Like if you want to go ahead and book a party, like, do you feel comfortable that you have words to say that you can message to people? Should I maybe post those in our group? Like that you can copy and paste? I think someone else is awake.
I think so.
Would that be helpful if I like posted what words would be, good to share? And you can always tweak anything I post, but
Here's our Owen. I would appreciate anything you have
Oh.
okay.
Yeah, me too.
because this part makes me nervous. Like it's something that's new and it just
Okay.
get over that hump. And I
Well,
feel
I'll share some words for booking and sponsoring, and we'll see, if you want to use them, you can. And if you want to tweak it in any way, you can. I mean,
Yeah.
and it's up to you. Just know that when you reach out to 10 people, you're going to get one yes. So if you want a booking for next week or the week after, you're probably going to have to reach out to 10 people. And if you want to, you're going to have to reach out to 20, and so on and so forth.
yeah, that makes sense. I see that I'm new to all of this kind of structure. Like, what is the advantage to having like recruiting a rep?
Well, you do make coaching commissions on your team. So if you develop a downline, and it's all in the back office, it actually is also all under join in your own personal website. If you click join and scroll down, you'll be able to see like the different levels. So, and then at executive,
I just don't understand it completely.
Well, I mean, then at executive level leadership, you actually even earn a higher commission on your personal sales. And you start at 25% instead of 20, which is kind of cool, But I mean, if you're not ready for that, that is okay. Like, don't feel like that's something you need to do, but just maybe think about like that it would be fun to do it with a friend, and sort of look at it that way. And that might help you wrap your head around it a little bit more. 'Cause wouldn't it be fun to be talking about this stuff with like does a friend come to mind? Like, oh my gosh, I would love to do this with my cousin or my sister, or who they can be anywhere in the US and Canada, which is cool because we're doing all of this virtually. So maybe look at it that way instead of like thinking too big of picture. And, I feel like maybe that makes you uncomfortable sometimes, Lizzie. So like, it's fine. It's fine.
And I probably will just work on parties right now. I was just wondering what.
Yeah.
That will.
Yeah. And then sometimes people will just come out of the woodwork too. Like, oh my gosh, this sounds like so much fun. Can you tell me more about joining? Don't get scared. Say, yes, let's set up a call with Robin. And I will do a personal call, or we can, we can plug them into a group Zoom or the, Facebook thing that we have, the Opportunity Knocks group too.
Okay, this may be a silly question. I just don't know. Can I sell to somebody in Canada or only Canadians? I can?
Yeah, we can. In fact, I don't know if it works that you just type in mycanadazaya.com / your website name, or if you need to email them to have it set up. I think I emailed them and had a Canadian website set up, but I sell to Canadians.
Because I have like one Canadian friend that comes to mind. She does like dance and, so.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. You could even host a party.
I don't know if I can, so.
Yeah, you could create a party in your Canadian website too that people can shop.
Okay.
So I'm gonna stop the recording. Thank you so much, everyone.